Now, most agency owners think that the key to booking more appointments for their agency is to get the perfect outreach script. They think to themselves, if I get the outreach script right, then I can improve my life, change it drastically, take that trip to Bali, whatever it is that they want to do. But what if I told you that there are two main important things that's being skipped? When they think only about the outreach part, the actual message, they're skipping two more important areas. These important areas that, if focused on and improved, the outreach script itself isn't actually going to really matter. I'm going to go through and I'm going to break down exactly what these points look like, these different parts that most people are missing, and how you can do things differently. Now, as I said, most people are focusing on this perfect outreach script. They neglect two far more important factors. Number one, their audience, and number two, their offer. You can have the best script in the world, but it doesn't matter how good it is if you're targeting the wrong people, or if you have something that they just don't want. It won't matter. So let's go through these one by one. First things is the audience. Now, the biggest mistake that agency owners make when it comes to trying to get more clients is not understanding the clients themselves. If you don't understand your market, it's borderline impossible for you to be able to compel them enough to book in a call with you and take action in purchasing your offer. And now what I mean by that is that everything starts with the audience. If you don't have an audience, for starters, so you don't even have a market, you don't have a niche, and you're going to make everything way difficult for you going forward, because all you know in your mind is, I help business owners. You're not clear on what level of business they're at. You're not clear on most people aren't clear on, are they actually targeting the owners, chief of marketing, head of sales? Like, they're not really sure who they should actually be even reaching out to. They're not sure the size of the business, what the headcount is, how many employees there are, and so on and so forth. What I'm saying is that most agency owners don't understand their ICP. And an ICP, if you're unfamiliar, stands for Ideal Client Profile. The idea is that this is a client avatar. It's the type of people that you're going for. And every agency should have a very slightly different profile that they're targeting. For example, one may be targeting carpet cleaners based in Canada, where the owner has been running the business for 5 years and has between 10 to 20 employees on their staff, for example. Once you can get more specific and you can figure out exactly who you're targeting, then the other steps come in. That's when finding the perfect outreach script and creating the best offer, that's when they come in. Once you know who you're targeting in the first place, you need to get clear on researching the offer deeply, understanding their pain points, their desires, things that they want more than anything, things that they're willing to pay you high ticket for. If you can figure out something that somebody wants so bad that for them to go ahead and pay somebody $2,000 a month for is like, it's nothing, it's a no-brainer, you're going to have more sales than you can even handle. That's when you're going to start getting meetings and sales coming in, is when you can offer something to a market that they actually truly want. And the way that you do that, the first step of that, is understanding the audience that you're targeting. Again, understanding the deepest pain points, understanding their deepest unfulfilled desires, places that they want to be but they haven't yet achieved. The needs that they have in their business. What could we do to make their life easier? If you can understand, especially for rich people, you can go to a rich business owner and ask them, hey, what's one thing I can do to make your life easier? They'll pay a lot of money for it. And that's why we target businesses. We know we could run service-based businesses to target businesses or to target individuals, just regular consumers. But we do businesses because they have more money. They have more money to invest, and it is an investment for them. So it's more of a no-brainer. So what I'm talking about here is getting really, really clear on your market, because you can't market effectively if you're talking to the wrong people. So the first step is making sure that you know who you're talking to, and make sure that you're very, very clear on what they're like in every layer of their psychology. Look, you can't sell an ice cream to somebody that's in Alaska. It's just, they don't want it. It's too cold. But you can really easily sell an ice cream to somebody that's in the middle of a desert, right? It's just something that people want, because once we know the audience and we get that clear on what the landscape is and the environment that we're going into, in this case is your niche. Once you understand your niche and you understand directly your ICP within the niche, the exact people that you're targeting, then you can go out and you can compel them to take action based on your offer and based on your marketing itself. So let's get on to offer. Now, offer is something that's talked about so much on YouTube, so I'm not going to butcher it today by trying to make this video about an offer. The offer is the second most important part, because once you have a market that has painful points in their life, they have problems, and they have desired situations, unfulfilled desired, that they haven't achieved yet, then you get to come in now and position yourself as a vehicle to help them get to where they want to be. This is what we call an offer. Your offer is the thing that bridges this gap. They are in one place right now, they want to go here, and once you can only know these two things once you've done the research well, and once you've picked a good market and you understand that market, and once you figure out where they are and where they want to be, you go ahead and you get your little offer, which is like a vehicle, let's call it a car, to go from here to here. Now, there are a bunch of different vehicles that one could use to go from where they are to where they want to be. Your job in the marketing later is being able to convey to them why your vehicle is the best to get them from A to B. That will be marketing, and we'll cover that thirdly. But your offer itself is the vehicle that gets them from where they are to where they want to be, A to B. A to B. It's getting them from one place to the other. That is what your offer achieves. You can only have a good offer once you understand your market, which is why the market comes first. If you have a really good market, and you have a really good offer, but you have terrible marketing, i.e. that perfect outreach script that everybody is looking for, it could be terrible, but as long as you've got a hungry market that wants a solution, you've got an offer that solves that problem for them and provides that solution, people will buy, okay? People will buy it because it's desirable. It's something that people actually want. Now, with even average marketing, a great offer can drive really incredible results and help you make a lot of money for. And this is where the concept of volume negates luck. You know, people talk about this all the time, and they sometimes talk about it a little bit too much. But where it comes in, this is where it comes in, because if you've got a really good offer, but terrible marketing, then if you just do more, you're still going to succeed. Okay, so all of the people out there that's currently searching YouTube right at this very minute, best outreach script for 2024, or whatever, for real estate, or for this or for that, the reason they're not going to win is because they're focusing on the marketing as opposed to focusing on the things that I'm telling you to focus on first, which is the market and the offer. If you get the market and the offer correct, then your marketing, which is your outreach script, isn't very relevant. It's not going to matter. If you have a good enough outreach, you can walk down the street and you can tell, as long as you're in the right place where your ICP is, you can tell them your offer and people will buy. You can send them text messages and people will buy. You can send them WhatsApps, people will buy. You can make cold calls, people will buy. You can then do cold email, people will buy. The vehicle, the channel that you use to get your message out there doesn't matter, because the message is the third order of priority. Now, yes, you can have good messages and you can have bad messages, but as long as you get that offer good, if your offer is good, everything else will fall into place. Okay, and again, it all starts with the audience. So with this, just take your time to refine your offer. Just don't rush this process. Work on researching picking a good market, researching that market, and then building out your offer in something that they truly want, something that's going to actually help them and be truly desirable to them. And then you've got your third pillar. Once you've got a good market and you've got a really good offer to present to that market that you know that they already want, you already know that they want it, then your marketing comes in. And the marketing is just you putting it out there. Once you know your ICP, what your marketing is designed to do is to find the people in your ICP. And by the way, when it comes to an ICP, part of the ICP is that you have to understand that you have a niche and then you have an ICP within the niche, right? So if you work with, let's change it up. Let's say you work with car mechanics. Well, you don't just work with car mechanics. You work with car mechanics that have the specific pain point that you solve. Okay, so when you go out with your marketing and you have people respond and say, hey, I'm not interested, I'm not interested, I'm not interested, it's most likely, a lot of the time, it's got nothing to do with your outreach. It's got everything to do with your offer or the ICP. You're going to these people and you're saying, hey, this is my offer, and they say, I'm not interested. Well, it's either because your offer sucks or because they just don't have the problem. They are the wrong ICP for what you've got, what you're offering, okay? So a lot of people think that their outreach needs to get this incredibly high response rate, but it's not true. It's designed to go out there and find the people that have the problem you can solve And then for those people, compel them enough to take action to book in a call with you, so you can then sell them on the offer itself and show them why and how you would be able to help them, if you would be able to help them in the first place, okay? So the marketing comes last, and the marketing is entirely dependent on the ICP and the offer. As long as you've got a good ICP and you've got a good offer in place, and your marketing doesn't matter, it's going to do really, really well. A killer script can't save a bad offer. It's not going to work, but a strong offer can overcome a mediocre script every single time, okay? So if you're in the process right now, like most people, are spending hours and hours a week trying to perfect the script, then you're doing it wrong, because the problem is probably not the script, it's the step before that, which is the offer. Or maybe it's the step before that, which is your ICP. You know, a lot of people, when they're trying to find leads, let's say again, they're targeting dentists and they've got a very specific ICP within the dental space, they're just going out there to like people like data miners or Apollo.io or whatever tool they're using, and they're just saying, give me dentists. They're not being specific about who matches their ICP. What are the businesses that's actually going to have the problem? And then they go and they just flood this outreach out, and this is spam now, because they're just sending outreach to people that don't even matter. They're not part of their ICP. Okay, so you've got the market comes first. With the market, then the offer, and then the marketing, which is your outreach script itself, right? You've got to understand that the marketing is essential, but it's the third pillar. It's not the first. And for this video, I am downplaying how important marketing is, because I want you to understand that the most important aspect is the audience and the author. If you get those two right, the marketing matters the least. And in the big scheme of things, when it comes to outreach, I've got videos that will talk to you about how to make sure your outreach is good and how to have some of the best marketing in the game. But the truth is, if you don't have a good audience and you don't have a good offer, the outreach content doesn't matter. You'll be wasting your time. Your time is much better spent researching and understanding your market, so you can go ahead and create an offer and put an offer across to them that they actually want, okay? Now, if you are an agency owner and you're looking for a more consistent and predictable flow of qualified sales calls for your agency, click the first link below. It goes over how you can potentially work with me one-on-one. We can help you get clients over the next 6 months on a guaranteed basis. So click the link down below if you'd like my one-on-one help. If not, that's totally fine. Just click the subscribe button instead. I make these videos twice a week to help you grow your agency. So keep in touch with these. Most importantly, take action. Please do the research today. Figure out who your audience is. Research them deeply. Understand everything that there is to know about them. Okay? Once you understand their psychology better than they do, you will be able to create an offer that's truly good and be able to create compelling messages, outreach messages that people will respond to. Thanks for watching. Hope you got value, and I'll see you again in the next one.